Procreate just dropped their 5.4 update and it's huge. Over 180 new brushes, powerful new Brush Studio settings, and even a redesigned colors panel. Let me walk you through everything that just changed super fast. This is the biggest brush overhaul we've seen in Procreate. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, these updates will change the way you draw, paint, and organize your tools. I am so excited. So first up is the brush libraries. Instead of one long, endless list, you can now group brushes into entire libraries. And yes, Procreate has added 18 new brush sets. That's over 180 brushes, including pencils, inks, and textures created with artists like Kyle T. Webster. You can even sync your brush libraries with iCloud or organize them in the Files app. That's huge because I have so many brushes and they have been out of control. To put it in perspective, instead of wasting minutes scrolling through hundreds and hundreds of brushes or thousands of brushes like I have, you can organize, search, and continue on your workflow, and it's much smoother. Have you ever forgotten which set a brush lives in? Well, now you don't have to scroll forever. You just swipe down and search for it by name. It's super simple and super fast. So how about I look for my crayon liner. Every version of my crayon liner is right there. If you've watched my other videos, my favorite brush is my crayon liner, and this is pretty much the one that I use all the time. So if you ever need to search for a brush, now that you are in the new brush libraries, that's a simple way that you can search for the brush that you want to use. If you love making brushes like I do, you're going to love this new update. Procreate has added tons of new settings in the Brush Studio, like spacing jitter and then roundness jitter. That's pretty cool. Look at how that changes. That is so cool. And a new pressure graph, so you can map out exactly where on your brush you want the pressure to change. And there's also an alpha threshold for rendering. There's also a brand new preview tab so you can see exactly how your brush reacts before you start painting. It gives you more control so you don't have to keep going in and out of the Brush Studio and to your canvas to see how your changes have affected your brush. You can do it right here and it's just a lot more easy to see. You can even preview how it looks in the brush library. That's a huge change, and I actually really like that change. The colors panel got a redesign too. It just feels a little bit more smoother and more intuitive. And you can kind of just see things better, which is big for me because I have really poor eyesight. So this is a huge help to me. Thank you so much, Procreate, for making this update. And also the color history works on every iPad. On the smaller screen iPads, that was a feature that you didn't have, but this is a small change, but it's a big time saver for everybody now. Other improvements include time-lapse on tiny canvases. So here I'm making just a small canvas. Before, if you made a very small canvas, like the 64 by 64 pixel canvas that I've just made, time-lapse recording didn't always work. Procreate simply didn't support it. The time-lapse capture now works on even the tiniest of canvases. So no matter how small your canvas is, you can still get that satisfying playback video. There's still a few tools that are on our wish list that Procreate has not updated yet, and hopefully we get these in the future. So like more advanced shape tools. Procreate users want easier ways to draw shapes or straight lines beyond just quick shape, so more shape editing control would be nice. Tools for snapping guides and perspective rulers that are more flexible, so you can kind of, as you're making something, see how big it is, not just in pixels. We would love to see layer and mask enhancements, better mask options, more types of blending, clipping mask control, and non-destructive editing, more advanced layer management, grouping, reordering, locking layers. And it's great that we can now sync our brushes, but if we could also sync like color palettes and other things like that, that would be excellent. And I would personally love to see a way to make vector files here in Procreate. That would greatly improve my workflow in general. So maybe one day. And then maybe one day more cross-platform support, having Procreate available on more devices other than just iPad, or maybe just more full features on smaller iPads and even the iPhone. I know Procreate Pocket Edition is great if you want to do something on your iPhone, but not everything is available on there. But for now, we've got the Procreate 5.4 update. We've got more brushes, better organization, and smarter tools. So which feature are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments, and maybe it's one that I haven't discovered yet, so I would love to hear from you. And in the future, I'm going to be diving even deeper into the brush making with this new brush studio, so watch out for that. But for now, if you want to go ahead and make 5 fun brushes that you can make, I'm going to be showing it in the previous version, but maybe you can get started and start making these brushes on the new Procreate 5.4 and see how it goes. So I will see you over there.